different. We are now going to have our very own Shark Tank. Now, the ones that you know from television are where entrepreneurs get up and pitch investors, and the investors tear them apart. But we are doing something a little bit different. Here, our Shark Tank is investor pitches investors. We have Baytok, the managing partner of Idacapital from right here in Turkey, and he is going to pitch 3 investors saying, put into my fund. He has got a fund that he is raising, so Baytok, come on up and get ready to take your lumps. Let these investors take some bites out of you. Okay, here we go. And where are you gonna deliver from up here? All right, that sounds good. All right, our sharks that are going to be taking critiques are Paulo Andrez, the Emeritus President of EBAN Portugal. He currently has 14 companies in his angel investment portfolio, has run funds making investments anywhere from $250,000 to hundreds of millions of US dollars. Paulo, thank you for joining us once again. We also have Haydar Colakoglu, board member for TEB Holding in Turkey. If Haydar could join us. Haydar, where'd you go? There we go. He's coming up, sneaking up from the side. Thank you very much, Haydar, for coming and joining us. One more time, Zsolt Katona, the Chief Executive Officer of MFB Invest, part of the Hungarian Development Bank, is going to join us. Thank you for coming up. There we go. One more time. Thank you. All right, the format is this. Baytok is going to have a grand total of 3 minutes to present, and then it's going to be 10 minutes of our judges tearing them apart, asking the tough questions. And I'm gonna sit in on this one just in case there's any refereeing required from the side. But I think you guys should be. You guys are. I'm sure we'll just jump right in. So we've got 3 minutes. I want 3 minutes on the countdown clock because I haven't got another timepiece up here. I'll tell you what. We'll start at 4 minutes. At the 4 minute mark, which means you'll have to the 3 minutes. So at 4. Oh wait, it's counting up now. All right. I'm just gonna count it from. All right, here we go. And I'm gonna say go.
Yeah, 40 minutes is better.
We'll tell you what, we'll go from 14:51 and go.
All right. I'll be facing with you. I'm Baytok, the managing partner of Idacapital, and we are a venture capital fund investing in Turkey, investing into early stage scalable businesses, creating growth and impact for our geography and for the emerging markets. Our investment sizes starts from $500,000 to $2 million range, and we are in post-revenue stage, pre-Series A and Series A type investors, so that our investments are looking at companies having received seed funding, and especially in the areas of creating both social and environmental impact, which are agriculture businesses, healthcare services, financial inclusion, digital inclusion, and energy efficiency, so that creating both financial return and social and environmental impact. The reason why we are investing it with this strategy is because of the fact that Turkey is a big country, but not only a big country with young population, big economy, bridge in the continents, and we see a lot of opportunities in this social and environmentally impactful businesses to scalably grow. And the business phenomenon is not unique to Turkey. That also valid for all emerging markets. That's why we operate within a network of investors, network of fund managers, which is called Capria Network. We have an investor from Seattle, US, who has investors like Bill Gates and IFC. And through Capria Network, we represent Turkey in that network. And we invest into Turkish startups who can grow not only in Turkey, but internationally. Our fund size is $65 million, which are in the fundraising. But we also started our warehouse investments. One example is a company called Reengem, for example. 4 young engineers has founded the company about 2 years ago, and we put about $500,000 into the company, and we expect at least 10 times return in our investment. And our portfolio of investments will be covering more than 25 companies in the next 5 years,
30 seconds.
With a return of at least 10 times or even 20 times returns. And I invite all the angel investors to think about widely and think about the next round investments. So we invite them to invest into Idacapital, the fund manager in Turkey.
All right, 3 minutes precisely, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Sharks, one answer question before we get going on the Q&A. Would you give him your money right now? Yes or no? Not yet. Not yet?
I need to be convinced.
Okay, and?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, good. Time for questions. Who's going to be the first to jump in?
Okay, so tell me your traction in terms of the past. So how can the investors believe that you will be successful on this? And what is your skin in the game? So how much money are you putting in terms of this fund?
I see. First of all, our personal track record as the investment management team spans more than 15 years investing in private equity and venture capital in Turkey. And in the funds that we managed in the past, we received 3.1 times DVPI return to our investors. This venture capital fund is a new vehicle for us to invest into high growth area. In terms of our skin in the game, we have started to invest into Idacapital and into this business strategy about 3.5 years ago. And we have evaluated more than 3,000 companies. And also, right now, we started our warehouse investments already. And we put the first $500,000 into a company. And we are in the process of investing 2 more companies from our existing investors and by ourselves with a size of around $1 million. So that we are expecting our new investors to be participating into this vehicle so that we will be expanding our investment capacity not only with these 2 or 3 warehouse investments, but we'll be increasing to 20 or 25 investments in Turkey over the next 5 years. The return expectations will be a lot higher than our past performance because the growth performance and our disciplined approach to the investments will be creating the difference because we are not only using our experience, we are also bringing more than 40 years experience gained in more than 200 venture capital investments created in North America through our partners, so that we are a global investor and we're bridging a global investment experience into Turkey right now.
Okay, Paulo, follow-up question, or do you want to pass the conch? I see Hayden.
The investment is in euros or it's in which currency?
It's in euros, but our investors should be aware of the FX risk, which is a valid risk for all emerging market countries. But it may be in your favor or in your, there will be upsides and downsides in terms of it.
Okay, Haydar is ready to go.
We can give more information about that.
You got to let Haydar get his question in. He's ready to go.
Okay. So why you compared to your competition? There are other funds out there. Yeah. What's your competitive edge here?
I can say a few things, but more important thing, our prime difference is that we are not trying to bridge or bring our startup companies to the United States, or we are not trying to imitate the Silicon Valley model. We believe that the businesses that can grow in Turkey first should be based on the problems of the people who are living in our environments, which is emerging markets. That's why our businesses will not only be growing in Turkey, but as a next stage, they will be going to Sub-Saharan Africa, India, and Latin America, and also to all Middle East, where Turkey has a presence there. That's why our differentiation is that we are not looking for high-tech nanotechnologies, space technologies. Instead, we are looking for businesses that is touching to the lives of people in agriculture, in healthcare, in education, in financial inclusion, which is unique to the needs of our population, not to the needs of Swedish people or Canadian people. Because we believe that Turkish entrepreneurs can create solutions not only for Turkish population, but also can create solutions for Middle East, for Africa, and for Latin American people.
Haydar, follow-up question, or are you going to pass?
Pass.
Okay. You touched upon the skin in the game, but maybe I did not understand correctly. Do you put your own money into the fund, the 4 of you?
Yes, technically, we are putting about $1 million into our fund, which half of it already has been put.
But
other than,
technically means what?
I'm sorry?
You said technically you are putting in. So
the reason I technically, we already have invested about $500,000. That's why we won't be able to put that $500,000 as a cash into the fund. It will be in kind. That was the technical part. In the meantime,
okay.
but other than that, we are professional fund managers. I mean, our capacity will be limited with single-digit millions. But we believe that the real fund size, which makes sense and which is scalable and which can divest the risk, will be at least have a, or should have at least $50 million size. And we are in the process of raising a bit more than that, and we have a pipeline of investors already about 2.5 times of the required capital defined, so that angel investors would only be a small portion of the investor pool right now.
All right, all right. Okay, the next question is about team dynamics and cohesion. So you have a team of 4 people, key people, with having a bit different background, one from private equity, the other from VC. Yeah. What makes you think that you will be able to run this fund for 10, 12 years together, and what is your track record together?
First of all, the 2 founding partners, me and my partner Anil, has been working together for more than 12 years. And out of that 12 years, 8 years has passed together in all the businesses that we made our money and sometimes lost our money. The other 2 additional partners brought in a great expertise into the fund, because one is a renowned angel investor in Turkey who has made more than 15 venture capital investments or seed stage investments.
Is he here right now?
Not in the office, but not in the room right now. The other one is a renowned consultant and technology person who has provided who has visited and provided consultancy to more than 200, if I'm not wrong, the technology transfer offices and technoparks and incubators in Turkey. So that our reach right now brought private equity experience gained in Turkey, venture capital experience coming from all emerging markets through 14 different fund managers. Again, venture capital and technology management experience gained in North America. Deal flow and pipeline experience and reach in Turkey to all the angel networks, and also technoparks and TTOs. So I guess we are now, I can say that we are the most resourceful fund manager and fund management team in Turkey.
Okay, we've got less than 2 minutes left. Do we have any more quick questions? Quick questions, yes, Haydar, go for it.
Do you think you can get a unicorn out of your fund?
I'm sorry?
Do you think you can get a unicorn out of your fund or Turkey?
Again, I couldn't
The
hear.
unicorn, if you can get a unicorn, $1 billion
I see.
valuation.
Yeah, we want unicorns.
We're looking for real home runs.
I
We
see.
want you to score a home run here.
Yeah.
I see. We believe that $1 billion worth startup, I mean, creating such a startup in Turkey in terms of statistical chances is not big. I mean, as a financial professional, I can say that we can create more than tens of startups having a value more than $100 million, but likelihood of creating a unicorn is very little. That's why our investment strategy is focusing not on unicorns, but creating $100 million plus worth companies, which we can represent many examples of it through the Istanbul Stock Exchange, through the next round investments, and through the exits. For example, right now our second investment in the process has such a potential. I mean, we plan to invest about $1 million into an agrofinance company, and we expect them to be at least $100 million worth within the next 4 years. $1 billion, yes, they can, but $100 million, I can say that with confidence, at least 50% chance they will have more than $100 million worth. So Turkey has such potential, but our composition and risk divestiture is focusing on gazelles rather than unicorns.
All right, Chen Baytok has chosen to finish on caution over crazy. He's not promising unicorns, but he is promising a good return. Last time, I'm going to go to our panel before we close out here very quickly. Your choice, I'm going to give you the same choice you had at the beginning. Yes, we'll put money in. No way, Jose. Or let's talk over dinner tonight.
By the way, I'm just asking $1 million of yours if the need be. If your capacity is less, we can talk.
Okay, gentlemen, what do you say? Yes, no, or we'll talk over dinner?
I think you've done a great job on this short time, and of course there would be a lot of other questions. I think there would be a need to have a little bit more information to take a decision on investment.
Talk over dinner.
Yep.
Okay, talk over dinner. You got one.
Yeah, I got one.
Yes.
Yes. Boom, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's hear it. All right. And last,
These
Zoltan,
guys,
what do you say?
these guys know what they're doing in Turkey, and I believe in the Turkish growth story in VCs.
All right, we
man.
like that.
I have the checkbook here.
Zol, what do you say?
Okay. Well, let's talk about this over the dinner, but I'm positive, and congratulations.
Perfect.
All right, that's as best it can be expected. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our man who was brave enough to face the shark. And let's hear it for the Sharks themselves. Zol, Haydar, Paulo, and thank you very much to Chen Baytok. Wonderful.